All right. Thank you for joining. Today is November 12th, Wednesday, 7 p.m. in Japan's time. Wait, no, 10 p.m. in Japanese time. Today we're gonna cover Chiikawa, one of my favorite mangas. Really good. For those who don't know, have never seen, it's so good. So encouraging. It validates your existence whenever you're discouraged in any way in your life. I would recommend you to read this. It's so cute. It's not only cute, because right, if it's just cute, then you know, what's the difference? What's the difference? Between any other like cute stuff that Japan has a lot of, right? Chiikawa is different in many ways, and you will see by looking at all of these stuff. Let's see how many pages we can cover. Of course, we can't cover all the pages, but hopefully we can cover all the pages that I selected. This is from volume one of Chiikawa. I think right now they have up to 7 volumes, 8. I don't know. I'll check. But since it's the first time for me to translate this, we're gonna cover the first volume. With that, let's cover. Hopefully, by the end of this session, you will understand why I love Chiikawa so much. So, first of all, okay. Oops, sorry. And let me know if whenever you have some questions. Chiikawa, chi of Chiikawa comes from here. Chi, you can see here. なんか小さくて可愛いやつ. Shortened version of this なんか小さくて可愛いやつ is Chiikawa. Chi from this 小さくて. E adjective. 小さい, small. And then kawa of Chiikawa comes from kawa from kawaii, the famous adjective that almost everyone knows, cute, right? Nanka is used as a filler many times, similar to the filler that we use in English, like, not the verb, like I like sushi or that kind of like, but like, okay, that like that I just said, like that like. For example, if your friend asks you what you want to do to hang out, right? And if I say something like, well, like, what about like hanging out, watching movies, that kind of like as a filler is nanka, okay? 小さくて connected by changing e adjective to te form, and then かわいい yatsu. Yatsu is a little bit rougher way of saying person, hito. So sometimes this yatsu, if you use yatsu in a negative way, then it can be translated as bastard, basically in a rude way. But this one, of course, you can see from these cute beings, they're not bastards. So just being casual. So with the なんか小さくて可愛いやつ is, I would say, maybe if you have to translate it, maybe you can say something that's cute, that something that's like small and cute, maybe is one way of translating. But basically, Chiikawa is the translation or like shortened version of this なんか小さくて可愛いやつ. At the same time, Chiikawa is the name of this one. You know, the author, I don't think has ever specified what kind of being this Chiikawa is. My guess is a bear, but at the same time, who am I to judge this super cute being? Who am I to decide if Chiikawa is bear or not? We don't need to. Chiikawa is Chiikawa, right? Hachiware, this left one, is a cat, and Usagi-chan, Usagi, is a rabbit here. Okay, the author is Nagano. Interestingly, Nagano hasn't come out in the public, so we don't know what kind of person the person is, but it's okay. All right, so it's interesting because at the beginning, the author drew Chiikawa this way, not like typical manga way. Later, I guess for now, I guess it's okay. Later, Nagano changed the format to more of the typical manga style, like here, right? Yeah, but at the beginning, Nagano drew Chiikawa in this, just arrow format. So, let's cover this first and see what Nagano is trying to convey here, okay? Again, just to let you know, I did buy this book online. So I legally bought this book, okay? All right. Without further ado, let's translate. こういう風になって暮らしたい. That's more like a title. こういう風. こういう would be translated like this. Like this. こ is one of the combinations of kosoado words. Like ここ、そこ、あそこ、どこ, right? Let me just quickly cover kosoado. This one changes based on proximity between yourself. So basically, what you want to know is the closest to you is ko, a little bit further away is so, and then everywhere else, basically far away, is a. These are just concepts, not the actual words. And then do is for questioning. By knowing these koso ado as concepts, when you combine, for example, when you combine koso ado with le memorize this as a thing. So kore means this thing, sore that thing, are that thing over there, dore which thing is how we say, right, from English to Japanese. So with this, just by memorizing these kosoado as concepts based on proximity, and then memorizing here what you combine with, you can, instead of just individually memorizing these words, kore, sore, are, dore, just by memorizing these here on the left column, and then here, you can combine and expand your vocab by a lot. For example, another famous one is ko. Ko, memorize this as a place. That's why koko is here, soko there. This one is a little bit exception, it's asoko. So is added in between and ko. Asoko over there, and then doko where, right? So with that, ko, this one is actually also one of the combinations. Ko, so, do, like this. So, in English is also so in English. But with this, call you like this. So you like that. Are you like that? Do you how? Okay? So こういうふうに fu is the kanji for 風 wind. But this one is connected to like this. Together with こういうふうに. It's also translated basically like this. こういうふうに. こういうふうになって become the form of なる to become 暮らしたい. I want to, well, 暮らしたい means want to live. It's from the verb 暮らす. Oops. 暮らす is to live. Combined with 暮らしたい is want to live. So こういうふうになって暮らしたい would mean I want to live being like this. はい。Oh, Petar Malobabek, Horia Masari. Hey, thank you for joining. Okay, so basically from this page, first page, I think, Nagano created this Chiikawa, basically, dreaming what kind of life Nagano wants to live, and Chiikawa is the life that Nagano wants to live, and Chiikawa is the life that I want to live too. And for those who don't know yet, by watching this, you will get to know, and hopefully you will also agree with me that you want to also live a life like Chiikawa. Okay? So with that, なんか小さくて可愛いやつ. Again, the title. Something that's really cute and small. Sorry, that was my hair. Okay. 怒られたりしたら? This one. Let me zoom up. Okay. This one. 怒る. It comes from the verb 怒る is to yell at someone. This one. 怒られる is the passive form. So, to be yelled at. 怒られたり. Tari is used to give actions as examples. So this one is good to translate as to do things like. So with this, 怒られたりしたら, I would translate it as if something happens like being yelled at, like as one of the examples, right? When you're yelled at by someone, that's why Chiikawa is crying. Gan is onomatopoeia for when you're shocked. はい。ビエと暴れて。ビエ is how Chiikawa cries. ビエ is one way. I mean, intense way of crying. I mean, you can see how Chiikawa, the legs and arms are, I guess shaking, really cute. ビエと暴れる。暴れる is to move one's body like really intensely, like what Chiikawa is doing. 暴れる. So with this, when you're yelled at, you move around saying ビエ, crying like ビエ. And then 手と逃げたいし、手 is onomatopoeia for when you're running away fast. 手と逃げたい comes from the verb 逃げる to run away. nigitai, want to run away. She is similar to tari earlier here. Tari was to list verbs as examples, but she is used to list reasons as examples. But here you can just translate as, you know, when you're, okay, so from the beginning, when you're yelled at, you can go wild, crying a lot, or you can also, you also want to run away from it. And 疲れたら、疲れる is to be tired. 疲れたら, the tara form is if. When you're tired, if you're tired. ビエと暴れて, again, same. Move your body, like flap your body like this, crying. 暴れて、で、スンスンと眠りたい. This is a good page to learn some onomatopoeia. Sun sun. I mean, some onomatopoeia are made up onomatopoeia. It's not like a common onomatopoeia that you see. So, but, you know, with the pictures, you can understand sun sun. You know, just quietly sleeping. To nemuritai, from the verb nemuru, is to sleep. Yes, we do usually say neru. We use neru to mean sleep. That's the most popular verb. Nemuru is another verb that means sleep. Nemuritai, I want to sleep like this. Don't you want to sleep like this? Like, for example, I have cats, right? Like, cats sleep so peacefully and so comfortably, so that to the point it makes me want to be a cat. Doesn't it? Doesn't that happen to you? Doesn't that make you think that way too when you see cats sleeping? Similar to this, right? And then, 嬉しいことがあったら、嬉しい happy thing があったら again, if たら if or, well, if can many times be translated as when as well. If and when have close relationship. Like, think about it. Like, if I say, if it rains, the ground will be wet, for example. If it rains, the ground will be wet. In this situation, I can replace if with when as well, right? When it rains, the ground will be wet, right? So with that, if and when have some strong relationship. So with this, 嬉しいことがあったら you can also translate as whenever there's happy thing happening, then キャキャと踊りたい. キャキャ is well, usually キャ like is onomatopoeia for someone screaming. キャキャ, but like with the small two, キャキャ. I guess Chiikawa is like really super happy, dancing, saying キャキャ. Isn't it cute? Look at this picture too. I love when this, you know, Nagano draws really simply, like here especially. I don't want to be like analyzing this super cute picture, but just by drawing this almost like S shape thing, it describes two arms, you know, like what do you say, like dancing with two arms, like rolling and stuff, right? It's cute. と踊りたい. 踊る is the verb to dance. I want to. The tai again is want to. So with that, whenever there's happy things, I want to dance like this. Kya kya kya. That's the first page. Don't you already want to live like this? Like Chiikawa? Of course, like shitty things happen, like being yelled at your boss or something, being yelled at by your boss, right? But just cry, a little bit violently, cry a lot, or you might want to run away. When you're tired, you also cry, but then after that, you sleep so peacefully, right? And whenever happy things happen, you dance. Isn't that the life that you want to live? I guess I want to live like that. Okay. Same thing. こういう風になってください. I want to be like this. I want to live like this is what it means. And then again, the same title. なんか小さくて可愛いやつ. Something that's small and cute. Okay. はい。それでこんな大きい。それで and then こんな again one of the combinations of koso ado words here that we learned. Here another combination you can have is na. Memorize this as kind of. With this, konna is this kind of, sonna that kind of, anna that kind of, donna what kind of. So na is really useful thing to remember. With this, はい。それでこんな大きい and then this kind of big 大きいシュークリームとかシュークリーム in English sounds weird, right? Like shoe cream. Like it might sound like cream that you use to clean shoes, but shoe cream in Japanese is basically cream puff. This one, it's so good. If you haven't tried shoe cream in Japan, you should. It's really good. Right. Toka is listing nouns as examples. So it's good to translate this toka as things like. Okay, so with this, you can translate this here as, and then this kind of big, well, things like, well, I guess, let me see. And then, how would you translate? Let me check the next one to see. シュークリームとか体をうずめて食べて Okay. I want to 体 is body うずめる is to bury oneself. So I want to bury myself, my body, into things like cream puff. I want to do that. Just imagine having this huge cream puff, right? You just bathe in it. That would be so good. And then 食べて bashu bashu bashu. Yeah. Nagano has created many new onomatopoeia. Bashu bashu bashu. I just whenever you see new onomatopoeia that is totally new, like no one else uses, you just have to, assume looking at the picture or like the context. So I'm assuming this is the sound that Chiikawa makes when Chiikawa is eating something, or specifically eating shoe cream or cream puff. OK, ひとまず体がクリームまみれになったことと、ひとまず for now 体が body がクリームまみれ This まみれ is a good expression. Whatever noun まみれ まみれ you can translate it as covered with. So in this case クリームまみれ covered with cream になったこと to be covered with cream crying I guess he enjoyed too much eating the cream puff, right? シュークリームがなくなったことに泣いて。Okay, okay. はい。体がクリームまみれになったことand シュークリームがなくなったことに泣く。To cry about the fact that I am covered, my body is covered with cream, and also with the fact that the cream puff is gone because he ate it. With that fact, you cry. I guess I would cry too when, there was this huge cream puff and you ate it all. Yeah, I want to eat more than one of those. 丁寧に is like thoroughly. 丁寧に洗われ using the verb 洗う to wash. Conjugated in a passive form to be washed clean, like thoroughly, with this towel pompon. So someone is like, pompon is onomatopoeia for when you pat someone on the head or shoulder. Pompon, right? That's so cute. Mucha mucha onomatopoeia for like chewing. Well, in this case, he's dreaming of eating cream puff. Isn't that so nice? Like you ate this huge cream puff, right? But then when you go to bed, you still dream about eating more cream puff. That's the kind of life you want to live, right? さっきのこと、さっき just now のことを思い出しながら眠りたい。This ながら is another good grammar point. Verb stem, meaning change the verb to mass form and take off mass, plus nagara. And then another verb, meaning while. While doing this, I do this. So doing two things at the same time. So with that, さっきのことを思い出しながら。思い出す is to remember. So while remembering what happened just now, 眠りたい, I want to sleep. I want to do that too. はい。Isn't it cute? Okay, so that's the second page, right? Okay, so after this, Nagano changes to more of a typical manga style with these frames. I guess it does make it easier to read. Okay, and then for each page, so Chiikawa stuff, usually story concludes in one page. So that's why there's like title for each page. Pizzaman, pizza. Man come from butaman. Butaman is a popular food that you can buy at a convenience store. What is it? Bun? Like bread, small bread thing, and within it there's like some ingredients in. Depending on what you buy, in this case, pizzaman, of course, there are pizza stuff inside this bun. Right? If you haven't tried, you should. When you go to Konbini in Japan, by the register, you can buy these pizzaman, butaman. It's good. Okay, so here Usagi-chan appears for the first time. Wa. Many of these characters in Chiikawa, they don't talk much, which is great. Especially, you'll learn later that Chiikawa has some anxiety issues. I do have anxiety issues. Maybe that's why I relate to Chiikawa a lot and am encouraged by Chiikawa. Okay. Hi, Usagi is saying just wah, maybe really excited about this pizzaman. Habu, have starting to eat. Habu, onomatopoeia for that. Cha, this one too. Onomatopoeia for chewing. this pizza man. まだ皮の部分だけ。はい。まだ means still. 皮 different kanji, like this kanji means river, but with this kanji, this kawa means skin. Skin of this pizza bun. So it's just the surface skin of the bun, meaning usagi hasn't been able to reach the inside ingredient, the pizza yet. 皮の部分だけ buben portion だけ only. Still, usagi is only at the skin portion. はい。Okay, finally, usagi reaches that delicious portion, right? Hagu. Again, chewing. はい。I guess it's so good that words can't express just moaning, I guess. Tay tay, tay tay. Onomatopoeia for Chiikawa walking. Hi. And then this part is so cute. So Chiikawa looks at Usagi eating this pizza man, pointing at the pizza man. And then Chiikawa is like, ah, dot, 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 ah. Chiikawa especially doesn't talk much at all. Yeah. But still super, super expressive. So cute. I love Chiikawa. Right? So, obviously Chiikawa wants to eat too. So, that's why without saying anything except for just just by pointing at the pizza man and also pointing at himself at the same time, it's asking, hey, can I eat it too? Which is so cute. And then Usagi unfortunately takes away the pizza man. Mogu mogu. Mogu mogu is a like legitimate onomatopoeia for chewing. And then on, being sad, on, and then that's it. So here at the end, you see this kanji. This is the kanji for owari, end. Hi. So you can see here, this one page, right? This is just, talking about this character Usagi eating this food, and then Chiikawa asking to also, eat, but then Usagi takes it away and then run away, and that's it. That's the end of the story, right? Many times it doesn't have like maybe like moral per se, or like lesson, or not much purpose in some stories, but so what, right? Like that's life. Many times you don't need to have stories, but still it can tell so much stories by not happening, right? Okay, Kurimanju. Kurimanju is by far my most favorite character, and you'll see why. First of all, Kurimanju. Kuri is chestnut. Manju is traditional Japanese sweet. It's usually made of mochi, and then inside the mochi there's some like sweet stuff inside. So kurimanju is food, a sweet, where there's some like sweet stuff made of chestnut inside. So it is an official food in Japan, but also at the same time name of this character. Why? Because kurimanju does look like this. Yeah. I mean, in fact, he is eating that kurimanju. So it's kind of like he is eating himself. But he's so cute. Okay. Hogu, 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 hogu. He's eating. All right, and he takes out this strong zero dry 9%. He loves drinking. He's an alcoholic, which is amazing. Goku onomatopoeia for, I guess, swallowing, drinking. Goku, goku, goku. Ha. Don't you do this when you drink something that's really good? Like, let's say you take a bath, or like you play sports, you work out, right? And then after that, after the workout, or, you know, whatever, you drink pop or whatever, right? That's so refreshing. After you drink it, you're like, ha, making this face. So cute. It looks so violent, but then, especially with this mouth, right? And then these lines between the eyes, right? I mean, cats do this too, right? My guess is Nagano definitely has cats because cats, first of all, cats are just the cutest. Second of all, cats make this face when they hiss, right? But then this one is just him enjoying this alcohol. Ha. Okay. And then, well, when he was eating kurimanju and drinking alcohol, Chico appears, saying "Yam papang, la la la." I have no idea what this means. I think just Chico is just randomly saying this while walking and having this, candy. Lurura, mogu mogu. He just continues to eat. Yaki Shaoesen. Shaoesen is a name of a brand for sausages. Okay, yaki grilled Shaoesen. Yeah, grilled sausages. Kabori. Onomatopoeia for biting. Kabori. And then pogu pogu, mogu mogu mogu, chewing. Gu. Again, he takes his alcohol. Goku, drinks. And then same thing, ha. And again, that's the end of the story. Isn't this so nice? This is the good introduction of kurimanju. Just he just continues to eat and drink alcohol, makes this satisfying face, and repeats that, and that's it. Isn't this the kind of life you want to live? It's so nice, right? Okay, let's go to next story. Tacos. Taco, the Mexican food tacos, I think. Okay. Ta 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 ta. Onomatopoeia for someone running. He is really running fast, it looks like. Look at this. His short legs. He what is it like? Tsumazuka, he falls because of his legs. His short legs can do that. Yeah. Ka. And then Ottoto tremble. He's about to fall. Let's see what happens. Oh, and then he bumps into Kurimanju Don. He looks at Chiikawa. Chiikawa is a little bit scared, right? He's having he has this definitely this beer. What is it? Corona beer with lime in it, and then tacos. And then Moga. He eats the taco. Gyu is onomatopoeia for squeezing. He squeezes the lime. Put the lime inside. Po. Goku drinks, and then ha again makes this really satisfying face. And that's the end of this story. Isn't that so nice? This is so good. Chiikawa running, almost falls to the ground, but then bumps into Kurimanju. Kurimanju, on the other hand, is about to eat taco with beer. He eats in front of Chiikawa without saying anything. He has this specific way of drinking, squeezing the lime and then put it inside, and then drink, and then, of course, make this satisfying face. Perfect. Okay, next one. Sake toba. Sake toba. Sake is salmon. Salmon. We also this shake is another way of saying salmon, but sake toba. Sake toba is traditional Japanese dish where you cut salmon into like stick like shape and then dry them. You know, I don't think I've ever had sake toba. Anyway, it's not that common. Okay, Chiikawa again. Goro goro run run. Okay, he's just chilling. Usagi comes in. Kocho kocho kocho. Kocho kocho is onomatopoeia for when you are tickling someone. Kocho kocho. Kocho kocho. Hi. And then Chiikawa. It's ticklish, I guess. Kya ha 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 ha. And then ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Kya ha 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 ha. Usagi continues to tickle. It gets to the point where Chiikawa doesn't like it. Chiikawa starts to feel uncomfortable. Kocho kocho. But still, Usagi doesn't even say a word, doesn't even change any facial expression, and then continues to tickle Chiikawa. It's a little bit like torture. But then, bechin. Suddenly, bechin is onomatopoeia for slapping. So you see something, basically someone slapping Usagi on the head. Find out it's kurimanju, saketoba, using the stick dried salmon to slap Usagi to stop Usagi torturing Chiikawa, and then walks away. Perfect. Isn't that beautiful? So just to summarize again, just to go through again, right? Chiikawa's just chilling. Usagi finds him, decides to tickle him. He first likes it and enjoying it, but then it gets to the point where it's just too much, uncomfortable, and then but still Usagi doesn't stop. That's when Kurimanju, an alcoholic, comes to stop Usagi by slapping Usagi with a dried salmon. So you can see so far, Chiikawa, the whole Chiikawa thing is just so chaotic, but that's life, and that's something that you can relate to. Why? Because life is just chaos, right? Just anything can happen, and they do happen. Life is chaos, and they still live, and they are still friends, and it's peaceful. So it is encouraging. All right, next one. Yakuruto. Yakuruto is pretty international now, right? Like you see Yakult, this name of the brand, the drink, the small drink that's supposed to be good for digestion. Okay, tsumekiri, nail clipper. Tsume means nail. Kiri comes from the verb kiru, to cut. Hai, pachin pachin. Pachin pachin. Pachin is the onomatopoeia for clipping nails. Look at this. Didn't even know Chiikawa has nails. And it's tiny nails. So cute. ちっちゃい爪。ちっちゃい爪。ちっちゃい comes from the e adjective 小さい, the baby language. Yeah, baby language is pretty simple in Japanese. Sachi suseso. Whenever you have to say sachi suseso, just change sa to cha, shi to chi, su to chu, se to che, and then so to cho. Just by replacing sashi suseso to cha chi chu che cho, it becomes baby language. So 小さい, ちいちゃい is the baby language, and then many times you have small つ to emphasize. So ちっちゃい, small 爪, nail. They are tiny and cute. Fu, after finishing, clipping all the nails, flapping the feet. Fu, satisfying, right? Okay, kus is onomatopoeia for when you're, like happy, when you're laughing quietly. Kus, or just smiling. Tan, statan, tan. I guess because he just clipped his nail, he's just dancing. I guess it's easier to dance. It is a pretty intense dance. Look at how intense it looks. Lots of steps. And of course, yeah, that does make him a little bit tired. Bishori. Bishori is when you're sweating so much. Bishori. Right. And there it comes. Yakuruto, finally. It appears Yakuruto. Tsubo. Mbo, I think. Just opening the Yakuruto. And then drinking. And that's it. So this story, this episode is just him clipping his nails. So happy that he clipped his nail that he starts dancing and then gets tired a little bit. So he drinks Yakuruto drink, and that's it. Isn't that so nice? Beautiful. Okay, the title of next one is Ya. Ya basically means like no, don't want to, these negative emotions. So let's say like if your friend asks you to hang out, and if you don't want to hang out, you can just say yeah, no, I don't want to. Okay. Hi, this monster looking thing, I think it's that imagine, what is it, like legendary being from Okinawa. What was the name? Shisa, I think. It looks like. だからなんだってんだよ。だから so what is it? なんだってんだよ. What about it? What are you gonna say about it? Is what this monster is saying to Chiikawa. We don't know the context so far. He's already like trying to, pick up a fight with Chiikawa. なんだってんだよ。だから. Again, he's just repeating. Chiikawa starts to shake a little bit, I guess anxious, and look at him, starts to cry. And then, yeah, puru puru. Yeah, again, no, I don't want to. I don't want to. And then puru puru. It's onomatopoeia for shaking. Look at his sad face. You don't want to make Chiikawa cry. Look at his cute face. Even when he cries, so cute. Whatever Chiikawa does, it's perfect, beautiful, and the cutest. It makes you glad that you're alive, I guess. It encourages you to continue being alive. Fu, Ja, 帰るわ. Ja, then, 帰るわ. I'm gonna go home. Okay, so he just tried to pick up a fight with Chiikawa. Chiikawa gets a little bit anxious, starts to cry, and says, no, I don't want to. Again, we don't know what the monster wanted to do. Oops. And then he says, okay, I'm gonna go home. Ha, shindo. Shindo is adjective, shindoi, tired. And look at him. Wait a minute, sorry. Oops, let me try to fix this. Okay, let me try to fix this. Okay. As this monster is heading home, Chiikawa, only after the monster looks away and starts to head home. After that, is Chiikawa. Does Chiikawa have the courage to try to fight or pick up the fight? Which, of course, is too late, but and that's what makes it so relatable, right? Like, we don't have the courage to pick up a fight. We don't have the courage to fight. Maybe after, though, after they leave, maybe you pretend to fight, right? Which is so cute. But then, of course, like, he couldn't. And he's still shaking, crying. Yes, it was really scary. And then this one, I'm not sure if you understand this, but this gesture in Japanese culture is like when you want to express that you hate the person. Yeah, it's a little bit similar to like flipping off someone. And that's the end of the story. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so again, just to quickly review what happened. We don't know what happened, but this monster is trying to pick up a fight with Chiikawa. Chiikawa gets so anxious and scared, says no, starts to cry. The monster gives up, starts to go home. That's the only time when Chiikawa is trying to, fight as well, but then nothing happened. And then again, this is him being alone, flips off the monster. Beautiful. I wanna be like him. Okay. Kusamushiri. Hi. Kusa means grass. This first kanji, kusa means grass. Mushiri comes from the verb mushiru, is to pull, meaning pull in terms of pulling grass or weed, right? Okay, so pulling out the grass is the title. はい。労働 labor. はい。ガランガラン making this bell sound. ガランガラン。早いもん勝ち. This is a good word to know. First come, first served. 早いもん勝ち. 早い early. Mon comes from mono, meaning person. Early person. Gachi comes from the verb katsu, wins. Early person wins, meaning first, what is it? First come, first served. Zawa zawa is, when there's a crowd of people, packed, making sound. Why as well. Crowd of people making sound. Pink mo atte yo. So Hachiwara, his friend telling Chiikawa that there was a pink sasumata. Sasumata, for those who don't live in Japan, might not know. I'm not sure if any other country uses, but there's this tool where it looks like this, like a fork, right? It's big. This is to try to capture people. I guess this shows how peaceful Japan is, because whenever some when there's some like violent people in the city or whatever, police officers, some police might bring sasumata to try to capture by capturing the person here. Sorry for my bad drawing, but capturing the violent person using this tool, push it to the wall so that the person can't reach over to fight back. This is only possible in a society where there's no guns, right? Like, think about using this tool in the United States. you'll just die right away because it's not going to do anything. They will just shoot you, right? It's not going to work at all. It only works in a society where there's no gun, usually. Okay, so with that, Hachiwara is telling Chiikawa, hey, there was a pink one. So I guess he's looking for that pink one. So it's first come, first serve, right? So again, this is labor. So I'm assuming this is a place where you can get a job. By picking one of these plates, you get that job. So tobatsu basically means elimination. In this context, I assume eliminating monsters. So in this world, there are monsters. So there's a job where you have to, shoo away monsters. So he's trying to get that job of eliminating monsters. Tobatsu, he's reaching out for it because again, this is the tool that you get for this job, right? But then Kusamashiri. That was the only thing that he could get, I think, because other people got these jobs already. So pulling out the weeds. Sho, sho. Ushi. Okay. And then when he was working, su is when someone, you can see from this color of the arm that it's kurimanju. Bito kohi. Bi means slightly sugared, slightly sweet. Kohi, coffee. E, goku. Kurimanju is already drinking, and then is offering another can of coffee to Chiikawa. Isn't he so kind? And then he says niga. Niga comes from the verb nigai. Nigai. It means bitter. Well, I guess it's only slightly sweet, so it's too bitter for Chiikawa. And then, of course, it ends by Kurimanju saying the famous ha with this face and ends this episode. Okay, let's move on to this another famous episode here, Charimera. One of my favorites. Okay, the title Charimera. You will know what this is trying to say, so I'm not going to explain yet. Okay, so nuri 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 comes from the verb nuru. Nuru, to paint. So I guess Chiikawa is drawing, nuri nuri nuri, painting or drawing, ne ne ne, hey. And then Hachiwara is like, charimera taberu? Do you wanna eat charimera? But then you can see here, obviously it's charumera. But then, so you can tell that Hachiwara is misreading, mispronouncing the name of the ramen. Charumera is a famous ramen. So it's like, hey, do you want to eat this ramen? But, saying the name of the ramen a little bit wrong. Just one character. Chitteru, do you know? Charimera. It's, funny and a little bit embarrassing because, he's like, hey, do you know this? But then he himself is making a mistake about it. Chitteru? Charimera. And then, Chiikawa sees that it's actually ru instead of ri. So he realizes that his friend Hachiwara is not saying the name correctly. So, but of course, Chiikawa is so kind, but still wants to point out, I guess. So he's like, charu, dot, 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 charu. But then Hachiwara is like, what? Well, I guess, Chiikawa didn't have the courage to say the full sentence, right? Like, charumera. Like, isn't it charumera? But he just stops there. Charu, dot, dot, dot. So it's like, what? And then he's like, 食べようね. Hey, let's eat, okay? And then, 作るね. Okay, I'll make it. And then, Chiikawa just, gives up and pointing out, trying to correct Hachiwara, which is so kind. And then, because it's hot, just, blowing air into the ramen to make it cooler. Chururu, onomatopoeia for, eating the ramen. Japanese people, we basically suck noodles. We slurp. So chururu is one way of describing that. Churu churu. Hai. Fu, hafu. Okay. 具なくてもさ、美味しいよね、チャリメラって。具 is ingredient. So I guess Hachiwara didn't put any ingredients, just the ramen noodles and soup. なくても. Teflon plus mo means even if. So even if there's no ingredient, なくても. Even if there's no ingredient, sa, this is just one of the suffixes you can use. 美味しいよね. Even without the ingredients, so like extra stuff, it's good, right? チャリメラって. Again, saying the name of the ramen with the, incorrect name. Mogu mogu. Onomatopoeia for eating. Cycle is the best. Ehehe, laughing. And end. Right. So this is just a story of, them eating ramen with Hachiwara making mistake with the name of the brand. Right? Chiikawa tries to correct him, but ends up giving up on correcting him. But then the next episode, it's connected finally. This one is 2-page story. So first page, the title was Chari Mera, right? The mistaken version of the ramen, Chari Mera. Second page title is the correct one, Charu-mera. Okay. Hana kanmuri zukuri. Kanmuri is crown. So a crown made out of flour. Zukuri, making flower crown. Chun chun. I don't know what that onomatopoeia is. Usually chun chun is for birds chirping. Chi chi chi. And then, okay. Hachiwara brings up the topic. この前のさ, この前 means the other day. The other day? ラーメン食べたじゃん。ラーメン食べたじゃん。じゃん in this case. Well, じゃん literally is じゃない. Is, wait a minute. Is casual way of ない, the negative ない. So じゃない. Rhetorical question. 食べたじゃない. We ate ramen the other day, right? And then he's like, churu churu no, that churu churu no, the sleeping one, I guess. あれさ, that one, チャリメラじゃなくて, it wasn't チャリメラ. But I heard なんだって is quote. So I assume someone told him. I heard it's actually チャルメラ. And he's embarrassed about it. Chiikawa just staring at him silently, but then he decides to be so supportive. Nico is onomatopoeia for smiling. Nico, hey, fufu. He's still embarrassed about it, but since Chiikawa is so supportive, he also laughs about it, right? And then, それやる? What's this? それやる? Are you gonna do that? What though? I don't know what he's asking though. Are you gonna do what? じゃあ改めて Then let us do it. チャルメラ最高 Oh, okay. Here we can tell that he was making this gesture of, you know, um, bringing their fist up like this. Psycho. Psycho means it's the best. So I guess the previous page when they ate the ramen, yeah, they did the gesture of, you know, having their fist up and saying Psycho is the best. So Chiikawa, who is so kind, supportive, is just trying to, be like, hey, still doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? It was still good and it's still the best cycle. Okay, let's end here. Hi, we covered how many pages? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 pages. That was pretty good, right? Okay. I hope you understood how wonderful, amazing Chiikawa is. And I hope by reading this together with me, you were encouraged to continue staying alive. Why? Chiikawa, even though he has anxiety issues and struggles with just being alive, struggles with surviving the society, he still does his best together with his friends. Isn't that so beautiful? And I think that's what we need to do in this society too. Shit happens in life and everything. But at least we got friends. And, even if you don't have friends, we have Chiikawa, right? We do have them. And we know that Chiikawa, no matter what, will be on your side. So don't worry about it. Okay? But with that, let's end here today. Let me know if there's any manga or anything that you want me to translate. We can read together and have fun. So with that, let me try to end by drawing Chiikawa if I can. I'm not good at drawing, but okay. Okay, it's gonna look so depressing. Depressing Chiikawa, but that's fine. Okay. And then his double chin here. Okay. Bye bye. Alright. See you in a bit. Thank you guys. Thank you. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good life.